everyone, welcome back to Danielle's Decor. Today I'm going to be working on that tier swag. I'm sitting down here. This little tier swag that I picked up from a flea market. It was like $3.50, but you can find these at probably Michael's, Trees and Trends, Hobby Lobby, things like that. This is just a little kind of skinnier one, and it needs to be fluffed a little bit better. And it has pieces falling everywhere. But we're gonna try to whip this together and see what we can come up with. I wanted to kind of do this in the peppermint theme to match with the tree and the other stuff that I have going on over there in that area. So let me get my camera turned and we'll get started. Hopefully this will turn out cute. Be right back. Okay, we're gonna start with a funky bow. Now I've already cut my ribbons because I wanted to make sure that I had enough, but I haven't trimmed my ends, so we'll go ahead and do that now. But I have 4 of each of the different ribbons. I'm gonna bring it in a little closer so you can kind of see. This is actually a really old ribbon that my mom had, and she went ahead and gave that to me because I couldn't find one that I liked well enough to go with that, and I wanted to bring in just a little bit of the green. So, and then I have just kind of a plain Santa ribbon. So I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail the ends of these. I have 4 pieces of each ribbon cut, and I did cut them at 24 inches. So I guess with the 5-inch loop, that would leave, what is that, 10 7-inch tails. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dovetail the ends of these, and I'm hoping that you guys can see. I kind of got you guys down really low, so but let's go ahead and we'll get these dovetailed. And I just fold it in half and make my cut. Usually I go from the folded edge. Let me go ahead and dovetail these, and I just kind of stack them on top of each other like that, fold it in half, and then just make my cut. And then you have your dovetails. Now I'm using different size ribbons because I'm hoping that'll give me the kind of the look that I'm wanting. And then these are just the 1-inch ribbons, so I'm not going to dovetail these. I'm just going to angle them, because you can dovetail them if you want, but to me they're just too small to try to put a dovetail in there. So I'm just going to do it at an angle like that. We'll come down here to the other end and do the same thing. And then we'll just cut at an angle. All right. Now that we have all of our ribbons, go ahead and move these around. So I have 4 pieces of this, 4 pieces of this, and 4 pieces of this. So that's what, 4, 8, 12. It'll give me a 12 loop bow. So we're gonna start with this one and just fold it in half. If you guys can kind of see, we'll go down to 5 inches. I'm gonna pinch it. I'm gonna grab that back tail and turn it and bring this around. Kind of poof that bow up. Now, I know that Julie Samaka is the one that started the funky bow, and Arlene, you know, watched her video, and then she kind of took it and tweaked it and made it her own. And I kind of do it the way that Arlene does it. So my next one, because I only have 3 different ribbons, I'm gonna go the opposite way. So we're gonna come, Arlene calls this her center. That's up from center and down from center. So we're gonna turn that one the other way, reach back there, and twist this little tail around. This Santa ribbon is very thick, so it's gonna be interesting to work with. When I get to this one, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna go back up. So we'll go back up this way, and I'm gonna grab that back tail, and I'm gonna flip that around. Now I am going in next to each other and shoving them. Once you get them all in there together, they kind of, you know, get on top of each other. But for starting out, just go in next to each other. We'll go to our next one, 5 inches, and then this one will go back down like that. I'm going to pull my loops up, and I'm going to find that back tail, and I'm going to twist it like that. And just keep running through your patterns until you use all your ribbon. So we'll go into the red. Now I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and just lay it underneath my thumb, bring it around in between my fingers right here, and I'm going to reach around and pull the other piece and slip that in between my fingers with the other one. So that now I have both of them in there together, and then I'm going to grab it. Let me kind of get them evened out here. And I'm going to pinch my ribbons, and I'm going to twist. And I'm going to twist my bow and hold my pipe cleaner so that it pulls it tight onto there. And there you have your bow. And then you want to go back in and fluff your bow and get everything where you want it. Move your tails where you want them to be. Kind of spread them all out. Make sure that you fluff your bow. That's going to make a big difference in the overall look. We're going to take my little teardrop swag, and I'm going to kind of fluff it up a little bit. But I wanted to take one of these greenery picks that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to lay this in there only because it's got kind of the cashmere tips on it, and it's a little bit different color, a lighter little shade. So I wanted to kind of wedge this down in here, and it'll kind of fill out that a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and here is my wire. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's my wire. I'm going to take one of these little branches, and I'm just going to wrap it around like that, and I'm just going to pull that tight in there. And then I'm going to come down here a little farther, and I'm going to grab another little branch, and I'm going to wrap that around it just so that it holds it snug into my teardrop swag and it won't go anywhere. I'm just flipping it around the bar on that branch, and then we can kind of get these all kind of fluffed the way that I want them. So, okay, now that we got that kind of secured in there the way that I want it, I want to trim this. Oh, I don't have my things. I want to trim this piece down. Okay. So now that I have all that done, I want to go ahead and attach my bow and kind of start with that, because I know that's going to be kind of the biggest piece on here. And what I want to do is I want to grab this in. Let me see if I can turn you guys kind of around this way. this is gonna be the top right here. So I wanna take some of these pieces from my top and I want them sticking out from above my bow. So I'm gonna pull some of these pieces up, kind of like that. See how they're kind of going up and the rest of them will be pointed down. I got stuff in my way. And I'm gonna take my bow and I'm gonna stick it right below the pieces that are standing up. So we're gonna come in right here and I'm just gonna twist that pipe cleaner around like that. And then I'm gonna kind of spread these out so they're not all just standing straight up. They're kind of standing out. Okay, so this is going to be the top and then this is going to hang down. Now over here, sorry, I got a mess. Behind me, I have some of the things that I'm wanting to use to put in there. I have the Jingle Bell little star, or the Jingle All the Way star that came from Cracker Barrel. And I know I want to kind of put that snugged down underneath it there. And then I have some of the little berry picks like that. I have some of the little peppermint candy pieces. And this I picked up the other day at Trees and Trends. And it's just a little lollipop like that. This was $5, 40% off. And then I picked up some of these because I wanted to bring some green and just a little bit of a bling kind of into it. So I have these. And honestly, these I will probably pull apart and stick in there. I don't think I'll use them all in one piece. So let's start with, and really doing teardrop swags, I found they are so much easier to do when they're hanging and they're or you got them hanging on something so you can kind of see how everything looks. But I don't have an easel to put this thing on. I wish I did. I need to get one. It would just make it a lot easier. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to attach it with this little string right here. And I'm going to hook it on to a little piece of greenery back here. And I'm going to pull that piece of greenery all the way around to the front so that it holds my thing where I want it. Now I'm going to try to wiggle some of my greenery around my star so that it holds that where I want that as well. Now I was thinking, I have a little bit, I just have like a tiny little piece of this left, but I was kind of thinking about running some down around and through here, but I don't think that's gonna look right. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Maybe we'll go back in after the fact and put that in, but I don't think it's gonna need it, honestly. Now, let me turn this way. I have this little sucker and I want him to kind of wedge down in right here. And I want that kind of sticking out at the top, like that. Sorry, I have to lift this up for a second. Like I said, it's so much easier to see what you're putting where when it's standing. So I got that. It's kind of coming out the side, and then down over here is the stick for it. So I'm going to take that stick and I'm going to wrap that stick with a piece of greenery just so that it stays where I want it to. I will come back in. I want to lay these in first, I think. So let me cut the tag off of this. And these, I think you can just grab and pull them like that, and they separate. But I do need my, I did not grab my wire cutters. I'll be right back. I have my wire cutters. So these pieces, let me go ahead and cut this one down. I want to leave a little bit of a stem on it because I don't know where I'm going to want it. So I want one to kind of go in right here. And I'm thinking, I have my glue gun. Let's go ahead and we'll just start gluing some of this stuff in. So this one, I want to just be wedged in right behind the star. Coming out that way. This one, I want this one to come out down over here, I believe. Like that. Out the other way. So we'll just stick that in right there. And then this one, I know that I want one coming off the bottom. Probably right in there. So we'll put that one down here. Kind of, I don't want it to be straight down off the bottom. I want it to kind of come out the side a little bit, like that. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I want it to the side a little bit, and then I have the two up here. Now I have one more, and I wanted come out at the top. Let me spin this around here. So let's pull a piece off of there. I have my candy over there, but I just want to have a little back behind my candy. Yeah, about right there. I know this is, let me see if I can scoot you guys back so you can kind of see this end a little bit better. And we'll have one kind of coming out there. These you can kind of bend, so we're going to go ahead and give these a little bit of a curve to them, kind of shape them a little bit more. And the way a leaf would look. I think that's all I'm going to use with that. We might use some more later, but now I have all of these little berries. I guess I could pull all the tags off of them. And these were ones that I hauled from Hobby Lobby a while ago. Well, last week, I think. So I'm going to take these and I'm just kind of fluffing up these berries. I don't want them all laid flat. I want them going, you know, standing up, so that when I put them in there, they stand up and out of the greenery. I'm gonna cut that off there. That one's kind of long. So this one, I don't know really where I want them to be. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fluff them and start shoving them and moving them around until we get them where they look the best, and then we'll just go back and glue them all down. Okay, now we got all of our beads kind of where I want them. So I'm gonna go back in and just start gluing them and getting them stuck down so that they don't go anywhere. That side over there. And I have one up here on the top. I want it coming out kind of behind that bow. I don't want them sticking out really far, so I'm trying to wedge them down in there. I did take one of these little candy cane or little peppermint pieces, and I cut the tall one out, and I want to put that down in front of the other big peppermint at the top. So I'll go ahead and get some glue on this. I want this to slip down right here, kind of in front of that, so that it has those two. Now I have another one. To be more pointed up than down. And really it's just kind of sticking things where you think they might look nice. And then once you find that spot where you like it, then you just glue it on down in there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this one in down here. Just put that on the counter. Making a mess with the glue gun. But this one I want to slip kind of down here towards the bottom, like that. Now that we got that in there, I'm thinking I like to go in with my ribbon because I have kind of a hole right here. Let me see if I can spin this so you guys can kind of see how we're looking here. I have a hole right here below this. So I would like to take some of my ribbon coming out from behind here and just kind of bounce it down to the end. I think we're going to try that. But we have our top with the little pieces, and that's kind of what it'll look like hanging. So I don't want, I think I might go ahead and use some of this. Maybe this will give me, the other ribbon's really big and I don't have a lot of the green, so I might just stick with the white and the red. Now this thing right here is not a true white, it's kind of like a cream color, but we'll see. I'm going to come in back behind this, and I'm just going to find a loose little branch and I'm going to wrap it around my ribbon like that. Get my ribbon so that it's facing up. I'm going to have to attach that a little bit better, I think. We'll kind of pull it over here to this side, and I'm going to wrap it around right here. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull another one, and I'm going to come down to the end right here. Let's see if we can find a little branch to hook this one on. And I'm just twisting it around that ribbon. I want my tail to come off. Ooh, sorry, bumping ya. And I want my tail to come off the end, right there. Now, we have that. Let me kind of turn this. I'm gonna do one more coming down this way, down and meeting with this. So, let's go ahead and turn this. Grab my ribbon. And I tried to glue it, but my glue didn't even, look, I didn't even stick. It figures. So, I'm gonna come, trying to find some loose little garland pieces, and there really isn't any in here to attach this to. You could use wire too. Oh, I got wire in there. I didn't think I had my wire out here with me. It would be a lot easier to use wire to wrap that around there. So I'm gonna drop my star back down because I want it to come out from behind my star. Okay. So this one, when I get it down here to the bottom, I'm gonna loop it in with the one that I've already brought down. So I'm gonna hook them together, and then I'll take and I'll wrap my greenery around the both of them. So I want them to meet at the bottom. Then what I'll do is I'll get my ends kind of spread out from each other. And this one I want longer than the first one. Kind of crinkle my ends. I like to kind of give them a little bit of a wave to them. Now I have this one, and I'm thinking this one I might go ahead and move. Put that one right down in here. If I can find the right spot. We'll have all those little candies right there in the center. Thinking got kind of a little spot right here, and then a star, and I have one of these little green things, so I'm thinking I might slap a couple in there like that. Let's see how that looks. Peeking out right there. Well, it doesn't look too bad with the two and the two. So yep, we're gonna do that. Let's go ahead and throw some glue on this thing. We'll get that shoved in there. It's a lot of spinning this thing back and forth. Oh, my ribbon's caught. And this one will stick in right there. That's kind of bald spot on the side. And I think that's done. I'm gonna take this over and I'm gonna hang it up on the door, and I'll get my camera down and show you guys what it looks like hanging. Hopefully it looks good. I'll be right back. And here is the finished teardrop swag. I'm loving how this one turned out. I did come back in with a little bit more ribbon on the other side just to kind of balance it out a little bit more, and it looks like it's coming down off of the bow. Hey everyone, I wanted to put this in there. This is kind of a little bonus footage. Last year I made a couple teardrop swags for my back door. It's a solid glass door, so I put one on the inside and one on the other side so that they kind of had the same shape as each other because you could see through that door. And I wanted to show you guys those that I did just to kind of give you guys different options. You know, you don't have to do it like the peppermint one. There are other ways that you can do them. This is the one that hangs to the outside of the door. And this one's got the flocked pieces and the bow, and it's got the big ornaments with the ribbons running all the way down. So, and this was used with a bigger teardrop swag than what I used just now. I have a couple of these left, but I have really no place to put them, so I didn't want to make another big one. But like I said, they are, you know, really big. But this one, it's got the flocked and with the black and white plaid like that, and it's just got a couple little picks and pine cones and things shoved in it. I ran 3 strips of ribbon down the front, and they all kind of meet down here at the very end, and just a couple little ornaments. I tried to use a bigger ornament and then just a few of the smaller ones. So that is one option if you want to try to do one. And then the other one that hangs on the inside of my door facing my kitchen is this one. Let me see if I can grab this up here. And this one is in the houndstooth with the skates. Now I've seen these little ice skates like this at Marshall's and Home Goods. So you can still find them, maybe not in the houndstooth pattern, but I have seen them in other patterns. And then that one's got the houndstooth ribbon with the black and white, and it's just got a couple of the little ornaments in with it. This one has little snowflakes in there, and then just little white picks kind of sticking out. I do have some little silver twigs sticking out of this one as well. Let me kind of scoot back here. And then a little snowflake down at the bottom. So this is another little option, just a bow, a couple little ribbons coming down. And then inside these skates, I did put some little white flowers, you know, in each one, kind of spilling out. So my skates don't want to stay on there very well. They keep kind of twisting and moving. But anyway, I just wanted wanted to let you guys know that you don't have to do it one particular way. You can make them however you want, and they turn out really pretty. So I don't have tutorials for these because, like I said, I made them last year before I had my YouTube channel. But I just wanted to show you guys the different options that you could do. So hope you like it. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye.